Throughout the coronavirus pandemic, we've been aware of the possibility teams would leave their hometowns to play elsewhere. Now you have some states are opening up and saying they would welcome in pro sports. It's coming closer to a reality. Put aside the serious medical, financial, political issues that this is going to raise. It's a radical move from a sports standpoint. Teams and civic pride are incredibly intertwined. And if you want an illustration of that, watch the Netflix series Sunderland Till I Die. It's about an English soccer club that means everything to its fans, life and death. I'm not sure professional North American teams evoke the same love. College football might. Pro sports, that's a step down. For example, Rams and Chargers temporarily moving out of L.A., it wouldn't be the same as the Packers leaving Lambeau. For some teams, losing home games would be a huge competitive disadvantage. For others, not as much. But these are extraordinary times, and everything is on the table. Leagues may have to make decisions that would have been considered unthinkable just a couple of months ago. Prior to the release of the NFL schedule, I was told, keep an eye on these teams in California and where they could relocate temporarily to play games maybe for the first month of the season. And I was told San Francisco, the 49ers could maybe go to Denver. Then maybe you could have the Rams or Chargers go to Arizona. And if one team goes to Arizona, the other one goes to Las Vegas. These were things that were told to me just to keep an eye on it. And once again, contingency plans. Everything's a contingency plan. NBA's dealing with a contingency plan. Baseball is right now. Football is going to in the fall. Here is the Florida governor. His name is Ron DeSantis. And Ron DeSantis is talking about Florida welcoming pro sports.
All these professional sports are going to be welcome in Florida. That may not be the case in every other state in this country, as we've seen. And so what I would tell commissioners of leagues is if you have a team in an area where they just won't let them operate, we'll find a place for you here in the state of Florida because we think it's important and we know that it can be done safely.
We don't know it can be done safely, but if it can be done safely, I'm all for it. So that's Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor. They had already explored this at Disney World, maybe bringing all the NBA teams down there, and you sort of have a quarantined end of the regular season and the postseason there on the Disney campus because you have restaurants there. I mean, everything is there. You have your own little world. And it's almost like the Truman Show, if you saw that movie with Jim Carrey, where everybody is there and you have your neighborhood, your community, and maybe you could have this season salvaged here with the NBA. Everything's on the table. It should be. I get it. You know, now we have some, and it's not political agendas. It's just, politics enters in where you have the stay-at-home policy in California, and now you're going to extend it for 3 months, and then the next day you start to walk that back. That's the danger of all of this. You know, this has to be a team. It's got to be teamwork to have everybody saying the right thing so we don't get confused with it. Like, that's safe, but that's not safe. They can play, but we can't play. That league, that conference, that's where I get nervous about this. Making sure that we have a unified voice, that we know this is what it's going to take. And I'm not complaining about anything. Even when they said, hey, what do you think about pumping in crowd noise? If you said I can have football right now, and they pump in crowd noise, I'm fine with that. I don't want it. I'd rather not have it. I'd rather have no crowd noise. But if you said, hey, you got football coming back, and they're going to have some fake noise, I will get over it. I promise I'll get over it. Hey, baseball is coming back, and they might have the DH on both leagues. I'm okay with that. I'm really lenient right now. You want to have basketball in Florida? Let's have basketball in Florida. Yes, Eaton.
I'm okay with fake crowd noise only if you also put in fake animated fans in the stands. Like, there has to be an actually animated fake crowd making that fake noise, because if it's just empty seats and crowd noise, I'm out.
Well, I think they're going to do that with CGI. They're going to have animated fans. Well, fake animated fans. Yeah, Paul.
Dan, as a journalist, I'm very, very much against fake crowd noise, fake fans. Let's embrace what this is. This isn't going to be forever, I hope, and let's see what it sounds like. I would rather, instead of having crowd noise where it blocks out what the quarterbacks are saying in the huddle, I want to actually hear what the quarterbacks are saying in the huddle.
No, the worst case scenario is fake noise. I'm okay.
No fake noise.
Okay, then no football.
You don't have to have that.
No, you get one or the other. That's what I'm saying. I'm so lenient.
No football. I want complete silence.
Okay, you are a journalist.
I got PlayStation.
You are a journalist. I understand that we're going to put these things out there, and it won't be normal. What we've come to expect, what we've come to listen to and watch. I'm okay with all of that. Yes, McLovin.
All right. Fake noise is bad. I'm against it. The CGI crowd is insane. It's totally nuts.
It is.
It's like out of a sci-fi movie.
How about we just have cardboard cutouts then?
Like South Korea? Okay, that's better than the CGI
McLovin,
crowd.
we have a fake first down line there.
Are you going to have like the fake
we got
fat
the
guy
red
with
zone
the shirt off in the cold weather?
We got the red zone there. I mean, yeah, Paul.
We're about 2 years away from digital players anyway, so let's just start going down that path. Cut all these guys. No work. You're not going to have digital concussion lawsuits. Just get them in there.
Yes, Seton.
I think what you're actually seeing here is just yet another way in which the AUAA has changed the sports landscape we were the first to pump in fake crowd noise into a live sporting event. So
because we couldn't get crowds. And even if we had crowds, we'd still have to have fake crowd noise there. Yes,
nonetheless.
Yes, McLovin.
Yeah, so those people booing Mario for that last second shot, that was fake. I just wanted to bring that up.
No, that was real.
That was real.
Yeah, that day we had a crowd in here just to boo Mario.
It was great because with no crowd, no people making noise in the crowd, no CGI, you could actually hear Seton go, "What the?"
Yeah, I know.
As he let the ball go.
Yeah, I'm all for having it natural sound. I know it'll be awkward, but I think it'll be a different type of entertainment there where you're going to hear everything. And I'm excited about that. If that's where we get to, that's the worst case scenario is we have football, but we don't have fans. And we've had teams who pump in noise before. Watching the Masters, weren't they accused of pumping in bird noises there?
Never confirmed.
Yes, McLovin.
New Jersey Nets got busted for it. A lot of teams have gotten busted for it.
Yeah.
Are we going to move the AUAA to Florida? Is that in the talks? Is that a possibility?
They said that they wanted major sports. They already said no to us. Because I said, look,
quarantine down in Orlando.
Yeah. I said,
take over a resort.
I'd like to bring down my basketball league. And they said, no, we're sorry. The governor said, no, we can't have you down there. This program brought to you by the great folks at Traeger. Join the Traeger Hood wood-fired grills. They make it easy to create incredible flavor, whether you're barbecuing brisket, baking bread. Join the community today by contacting your local dealer, heading to TraegerGrills.com/DP show. Phone calls are welcome. McLovin, you got a poll question for me. Thank you.
Yeah, we have to put up the fake noise poll. We have to find out where the audience is. Are you in favor of pumping in? Let's just start with fake noise into broadcast.
Okay, but I want to be on the record as saying I don't want this, but if that's the worst case scenario that comes out of this, I will accept it. I want to hear the quarterback. I want to hear the hits. I want to hear defensive signals. I want to hear all of the ambiance. The ambient sound is what makes football so great. The fans, in a pro game aren't anywhere near what they are in a college game. College football atmosphere, there's nothing like that. Pro football, it's a little more sterile environment, but with college, then I'm going to miss that crowd. I'm going to miss the big house. I'm going to miss, go down the list of all the great places where you can watch a football game. I'm going to miss that. With the NFL, not quite as much. Let me see, 877-3DP Show, email address dp@danpatrick.com, Twitter handle @DP Show. We are narrowing down our search for Chat Rose t-shirt, and you can vote today. Started at 9 o'clock with a new wave of t-shirts there. As we're narrowing those t-shirts down, we will come up with the Chat Row t-shirt tomorrow on the program.
So we're going to start with the fan noise question. I also have a question. I've seen some players come out and say that they really don't want to play with no fans. Even in the last couple of days, some NFL players. If you were a player, would you care about not having fans? Would it affect your? I mean, I know it's obviously dire circumstances, but would that bother you as a fan, or would you?
I would not be saying that. If I'm a professional athlete, I would just say, look, we're trying to come back and play. Now, everybody wants fans, but I don't think you go, LeBron said this right out of the gate, and then he walked it back. Hey, I'm not playing if there's no fans. Now, granted, he wants fans to be able to show up. Well, if they can't, we still want you to play. And I think it's dangerous when players start to say, you want to get paid and you want to play, and maybe in that order, then show up. As long as you're safe, show up, play, we're fine with that. We all want to come back. We want fans there. We want the ambiance there. Who doesn't want that? It's if you can't have it, then we adapt. We can't go and you can't have fans. You can still play and we can still watch. Let's do that. That would be, my thought with that. I want to have that ambiance there, but we're not going to have it. Yeah, McLovin.
What about like cursing and like being heard? Sam Darnold talked about being embarrassed by how loud his cadence is. Like, would that be a concern? You know how NBA players are. You've been around them, and football players. Are they going to have to censor themselves?
I don't know if you have a 7-second delay. I mean, you could always do that with a game, but I've never heard somebody say, "Well, that Sam Darnold's got an embarrassingly loud cadence." Like, if I was Sam Darnold, I'd be worried more about the embarrassingly bad New York Jets, not my cadence there. Because if you play well, nobody cares how loud your cadence is. Yeah, Paul.
In all seriousness, you see what ESPN did with The Last Dance. They put a disclaimer that there's going to be language in this because it served its purposes. If you're Fox or ESPN or one of the NBC, before the game, you put up a disclaimer. We can't hit the dump button on every time you hear a swear word with no fans in the stands. So you may hear things that you don't expect, and put it up there and just let it play out. And you'll hear everything, every bit of it. And there'll be F words and all stuff.
Well, the danger of that is you have 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games, whereas The Last Dance is on at 9 o'clock at night. And that's a little bit different as far as who's watching this. And they do give you the alternative to watch a clean version of The Last Dance. If these are the things that we have to worry about with sports coming back, I'm okay with that. If we're looking for, hey, you got to watch the curse words, okay, we'll figure that out. The bigger picture is, can we get everybody back, and when can we get everybody back?